In this video, I will be demonstrating how to remove material from our stool leg. Currently, if we look at our stool leg, this is very bulky, it's very flat, there's a lot of material here, and we need to do some removing. In the center of this, we're going to actually be cutting out a circle. That circle will have two purposes: to lighten our stool leg and to work as the top for our actual stool. We will recreate that piece later as a separate part that can be reassembled into this as a flat pack, which would be something that we could store, package, or transport flat, or we can put on the CNC machine to cut out in a flat aspect. First step that I would like you to do is click on the front face of your sketch, click on the sketch tool on the ribbon. Now select on our view orientation cube, click once on the front view to turn this to a natural front angle. From here we're going to start with a center line. We're going to create a center line that goes from the top of our leg to the bottom of our leg. So I'm going to simply select our line tool, shortcut key L. Because I want this to be a center line or a construction line, I'm going to switch it to construction, shortcut key Q. I'm going to hover over the top edge of my leg so that it turns orange, and then I'm going to move to about the center point. I get that coincident constraint, or that midpoint constraint, so it's the line with the dot in the center. Okay, I get a little box around that midpoint. I'm going to click once. I'm going to move straight down to the bottom. If this is done correctly, I should get that midpoint again. I'm going to click once, and I've placed my center line. To exit this tool, I can hit escape on my keyboard, and I've exited. Next, we're going to create a circle. So I'm going to select my circle tool. I want a center point circle, shortcut key C. I'm going to hover over my center line. I'm going to click once. I'm going to drag this out and make just a rough circle. It's a rough sketch. It doesn't have to be the same dimension as mine is currently. I'm going to hit escape. Next, what we'll do is we're going to add two reference lines. Okay, so I'm going to select my construction again. I'm going to select my line tool. I'm going to make a line that looks relatively parallel to the angled edge. Hit escape to exit that. I'm going to select my parallel, shortcut key B, constraint, and then I'm going to select those two lines. Construction, angled edge, and now these two lines are parallel with each other. Okay. Show that again. I'll make it a little bit more drastic. So parallel, construction line, edge of the object. I can even show the constraint. You can see our parallel constraint. That's all we need. This is a reference line, a construction line. I'm going to repeat the same process below our circle as well. So line tool, construction. This time I want it to be horizontal. A little bit easier with this because we have our other vertical lines. We can see to the lower right of my cursor, we can see that perpendicular constraint, meaning that they are at 90-degree angles to each other. Click once, hit escape. Now we want to make our circle and these lines tangent. So I'm going to select my tangent, shortcut key T. I'm going to select my circle. I'm going to select both of the construction lines. So once I select, I'll show that again. I have my tangent tool selected. Now anything that I click, when I click one object and then the next, it makes them tangent with each other. Circle, construction line. Circle, construction line. Now those both are tangent. To set this with a reference, what I'm going to do is just hit escape. I'm going to select my dimension tool. I'm going to select my angled construction line and the angled edge of my sketch for my leg. I'm going to set this distance to 2. I'm going to hit escape. I might have to drag this construction line up. I'm going to set this distance to 1 inch. Now our circle is fully defined. We know how big this is. In the next video, I'll show you how to extrude, cut, or remove this feature.